Welcome to a new episode of the Prosperity on Air podcast. I'm your host, Paola De Vescovi, and with this episode, I am actually relaunching the podcast. I'm sure you noticed the podcast has been dormant for quite a while. It's been a very challenging year for me as well as for many of you, I'm sure that. And I went through a lot of inner work and reevaluation of many things in my life and in my business, and the podcast was one of those. My business changed. I mean, it's always in the same area, but it was transformed. It's become something else with the Bridge Center of Transformation. And, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to continue with this podcast or start a brand new podcast. And, I needed some time to understand that, to get clarity on that. And finally, I decided that, prosperity in every area of your life is still a value that is very dear to my heart. And not only this, it's still, although with some transformation, it is still the core of my coaching, of my coaching practice, of my coaching business. So here I am after this long re-evaluation period, this long inner work. Here we are with a brand new episode and new energy for this podcast. And we start with the very dear friend Dace Lace, with whom I collaborate. We are working on a project together. The project is Achieve Beyond, and it is a project that I have co-created with Dace and other three amazing, innovative and empowered business women. And the five of us are from 5 different cultures and 3 different continents. And we have created this community for leaders, entrepreneurs, and professionals who are interested to go beyond their inner and outer limitations that prevent them or may prevent them from achieving big goals and create the impact that they want to create. So Dace is a business consultant, a trained coach, a psychometric assessor, as well as an academic lecturer. She has an extensive international experience in helping business winning talents by self-knowledge, valuing diversity and cooperation, building rapport with different people, and co-creating results. Her program, Corporate Stress Detox, is bringing instant stress relief to even the most overwhelmed and overstressed top-level executives and high performers. And this program helps them to use their talents to build prosperity in their business and in their life. So Dace is a creator of a recruitment and leadership advisory company called Talent Art. And she, observed how newly recruited talented employees are unable to use their talents. And she also noticed that they don't use their intelligence, and companies struggle to grow in a stressful corporate environment. And so she decided to put her talents, her knowledge, her skills in helping these companies to create a stress-free organization culture. And she did this, internationally. And not only, she also introduced the concept of well living for organizations and leaders so that they can move from survival to thriving. And with Dace today, we have been speaking about talents and how important it is to align with your talents to work better, stress-free, in a way that allows you to express your creativity and to really focus on what makes you happy, on what gives you joy, and how you can bring all this also in your corporate career or in your business if you are an entrepreneur. So we have been exploring this talent, and I learned from her something very curious about talents. And talents in the Bible are money. So the energy of money that is exchanged for a service or a product. And I didn't realize that, and this information was really curious. It interests me a lot, and in a way, it made me understand. Also interesting. It gave me an insight rather than made me understand. It gave me an insight on the difficulties that we sometimes have with money as entrepreneurs. And we forget that not only money is energy, but it is an energy that expresses our talents. So without further ado, let's move into my interview with Dace Lace. Dace, thank you so much for being here with me. And I would, before we dive into today's topic that we have chosen together, I would love you to say a little bit about yourself for my audience. So who you are, where you are, what you do, etc.
Thank you, Paula, for inviting this. I'm very, very happy to be with you and share. And I'm from Latvia. It's in Europe. And I'm changing the world by learning entrepreneurs how to live without stress. I'm anti-stress person, I'm adore being calm. I like serenity. And the most important in this is when people think about is it possible to live without stress, It's really not about being like couch potato. It's about being calm means being focused. Calm means being with a good vision, and clarity, and really to achieve, to be achiever. Basically, I'm minimizing stress for the people, for the leaders, for managers, and making them successful.
And I absolutely agree. When you are not so stressed, and therefore you're more relaxed, your mind is more clear, you can see things more easily, you make better decisions, and your life runs much more smoothly.
Yes,
true, absolutely true.
And you know what? It's very interesting that when people are in stress, they are not using their talents. Talents are turning into their weaknesses. Basically, whatever talents people have, they are working against them when they are in stress.
Oh, that's interesting, and you have led me into today's topic. So talent is our topic, and so what? Yeah, you mentioned stress and talent. So what happens when you are stressed? How come that you don't? You are turning your talents into weaknesses rather than, something that allows you to perform better and therefore be less stressed.
Yeah, actually, it's very good maybe to define what is stress, and in this case, because when I'm talking about stress, it's kind of something when people start to worry before it's happening, during the situation, and after. It's like pre-immersion, immersion, and post-immersion. So it could be like there is just maybe 5 minutes of something, when you really need to cope with something, but stress around this is kind of much more, like could be even days and weeks or something. And then how it happens, it for example, those people who are like very much result oriented, their talents could be like take charge, like to be the best, all kind of good stuff. But when in stress, then those people, those traits are turning into too much controlling or winning for all costs. It's kind of it's like salt. When you add a little bit to the food, it's kind of flavor a little bit everything. But when it's too much, then it's not eatable.
Yeah.
It means that this quality, everyone, we have those qualities or talents. When they are too much, when they are in situation when it's like lack of resources, I mean, like sometimes we are lacking time or energy or money or help around, then it's turning into weaknesses. And when we are in stress, actually, there is a lot of failure of intelligence. Intelligence is not working for us. Whole system is working against us.
And so we don't see our talents anymore as, not only an asset, but also something that guides us in our life, in our work, and that, makes us also more creative in our decision-making process.
Exactly.
But shall we define talent? Before, we were offline, we were discussing about this, and you said something very interesting about talent that, I've always known that, but I didn't realize, what
You
I
didn't
mean.
realize. Okay. Let me share then.
Yes.
I'm the owner of the company Talent Art. I'm in talents more than 20 years.
Yeah.
So, and why I choose my company name as a Talent Art, it's because it's about people, first of all, but also how to use your skills, your knowledge, your unique gifts, to be abundant, to prosper, to achieve. Because actually talents, what are talents, or what when we can find written about talents, it's in Bible. It's in Bible, meaning the talents were money in Bible. And when you are using it, you are prospering. If not, then it leads to luck, to this poor consciousness. So, and it's interesting that people are very much associated talents only as artistic talents, like dancing, like painting, like music, maybe mathematicians, all this. But actually, talent could be also communication, organizing things, like seeing big picture, strategic thinking, being spontaneous, or being very much organized, very structured, or having being able to organize all processes. It also could be talent. Everything what we need for life is talent, actually.
Yeah. And I mean, there are people who are very lucky, who are very aware of their talent or talents. And maybe, they are, since, since their childhood, this talent emerges, and therefore they are aware of what their talent is. But maybe for many other people, it's not so clear what their talent is. So how can we discover what our special talent is? Are there strategies that we can use to discover our special talent or talents?
I would say that it's something easy for you, and it's so obvious that you are thinking that it's easy also for others. It's like, for example, patience could be amazing talent, Then person also can assume that also others have patience, And they say, oh yeah, it's easy. Something. Basically it's really easy for people, and they are not paying much attention to this. I mean, if it's not like how to say, if people are not discovered it yet, just take a look. What is something you're doing very joyfully, what you are doing with the confidence, when you feel like it always be will good outcome, And it could be also something very, very small, like listening. It's not it's not small thing, but good listeners are very rare, amazing rare. This is amazing talent, actually. I started actually my career because I was good listener. There was advertisement. And they were looking for consultant for the person who is a good listener, and I applied, and I started my career as a recruitment consultant, and now I'm in this business more than 20 years.
Yeah. And I mean, were you aware of, being a good listener?
Yes.
Yes.
It was easy, and I cannot understand how people are not able to listen, how people are not able to get out of other people what they are speaking, what they mean. For me, it's kind of, okay, is it really so difficult?
Yeah. And what if, I mean, I'm not aware of my talents. What can I do to understand what my true talents are?
One approach could be really like take assessment. There are tests for this. There are different approaches, different tests. Just take a look on those tests who are not so much in academics. Like IQ is very much about academics and knowledge, but this is something you need to take a look on something where academic skills are not taking so much into account,
Okay.
It could be, maybe some good conversation with your coach, mentor, or your relatives, your friends. You can just send a message around, please help me to discover my talents. What do you think? What I'm good at? And people will give you feedback. It's very amazing, interesting how people can respond to this. That sometimes we don't know about ourselves everything, and others can give you very valuable feedback.
Yeah, that maybe they can see things in you that you are not able to see by yourself.
Yeah. Like people saying, oh, when I'm talking to you, I feel very peaceful. Wow. Right? This is something to pay attention. And then you just do your journey, just do your job. You can journal, you can contemplate about it, and you see how it works. It's not something you need to work hard, actually. It's not something you need to put on your slogan, I'm the best in this. But it's good to nurture your talents. It's good to do whatever is good for how to say, what is easy for you, not to go against talents. Then you put much more efforts in it, and very often people are not succeeding in this. There is some point in time in life when people are quitting their jobs because they are not using their talents, and usually those are jobs when they cannot, for example, in like financial systems, in banks and all this. And then people are quitting because they say, I'm much more creative. I would like much more freedom, Basically, they are talking about the way how they would like to use their talents. Maybe it's gardening, maybe it's cooking, maybe it's taking care of nature,
Yeah. So, I mean, my talent can be something that I can nurture, through a hobby. Okay, like for example, I've always liked painting and pottery, and I haven't made this, my profession, but I don't have much time now. But it was a hobby that I really cultivated, and it relaxed me so much. And I could, be painting for hours and hours and hours, and I didn't realize that time was passing. So I was really lost in my hobby, and that is okay. But what if, I am in a career, and maybe one of my talent is not a talent that I could nourish through a hobby, and I feel I am unfulfilled in my career, in my business, because I'm feeling that I cannot express this talent. What can I do?
First of all, you need to relax, to be in calm and beautiful state. Meaning that very often managers and leaders, when they are in business, I mean like typical classical business, what they are doing, they are using just left hemisphere of brain. This is much more activated.
Yeah.
Much more active. Basically, you need to relax, and then you need to align those both hemispheres. Because this answer could rely on the balance. You can find it when you are, maybe you're breathing, making meditations. Maybe you're going in nature. Spending some time in garden, or trekking, on walking, or maybe standing near to some sea or ocean. You need to be relaxed, and then you need basically intention to find what is your talent. It's not like it's coming, how to say, when you are applying those hardcore techniques. I believe in intuition. I believe that in inner wisdom. When you have this intention that, oh, it's enough, I would like to find my talent. Then just do whatever it's giving this relaxation for you. It could be, it will come maybe in a dream, or maybe as an insight, or maybe you will start to notice something around, so-called signs, when you see again and again the same and the same and same again and again, that this is kind of, it means that it's not somebody sending you those messages, but it's about that you are starting more aware of what's happening around. When you need this information, then you are also more open to see this information, to receive this information.
So, Dace, when we are able to express somehow our talents, okay, does it also help us to be more authentic in our messages, in our in the way we communicate, in the way we relate to other people, so in our relationships? So does this, contributes to being authentic?
Yes, absolutely. This is, then it's really easy, because this is how energy flows, right? When you're doing what is good for you, when you have passion, when you enjoy it, everything wired to this. And of course, then you are a more happy person, and more happy person is more happy also making people around, and connecting, feeling, because basically we move very far away with those jobs we have, with this how we live our life. We move very far away from our true self, this authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know this, of course.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, so being more aware of our talents and being able to express our talents more in our business, in our professional life, allows us to be more authentic, and therefore also, I think, attract the right people that you and situation that you need in your life and career, because people can see this special something that there is about yourself, and they are attracted by it because maybe they need it, they
Yes,
don't have it.
yes.
Okay, so it is a benefit also in this respect. And, while we were speaking, I was also thinking, sometimes, especially when you start as a solopreneur, that you are wearing all these hats and you are doing, everything in your business. When you are aware of your talents, and so you want to spend time with these talents, it is also more clear what are the tasks, the parts of the business that you want to outsource to, give to somebody else.
Yeah, or to find a good solution. You know
Yes.
how to do it. For example, if you are very much into creative stuff, but still you need to do accountancy, then you figure out that this is something you need to plan properly and to make sure you're not making mistakes, but also that it's not draining your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it because it's part of your how to say, your big picture. Just one tiny part. you know it's like the same when we are like cooking, we need to clean vegetables, right? And this is about attitude. Is it okay to clean vegetables, or this is the part I would like outsourced?
Yeah. 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 You're right. You're right.
And to have amazing dish, to make happy your friends who are visiting you. So this is tiny part, just to clean vegetables for for good dish.
Listen, Dace, there's another question before we wrap up that, came to my mind now that we've been speaking and knowing you. Also, we are working together in our Achieve Beyond project. Um, it seems to me when you say that you have in order also to reduce stress and to become more aware of your talents, that you have to slow down. We live in a world that is pushing us to do things quickly, to find solutions immediately, to give a reply yesterday, and and so we are always pushing ourselves a lot. So it seems to me that the richness, the wealth that is in you, so your talents, for example, emerge when you slow down. So, is it true, according to you, that we can accelerate things, so become more productive and achieve better results when you slow down rather than when we accelerate?
Yeah, it's amazing question. I'm just thinking, can you accelerate winter?
No, we cannot.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's not exactly about slowing down. It's about aligning. Everything is in how to say, the pace, dynamic. Actually, our breathing and our pulse and heartbeat are very much aligned how our earths, are designed.
Yeah.
Very much aligned. So when you breathe in stress too fast, your heart beat too fast, of course, you cannot make the earth running more fast, you are just running out of harmony in this case. And if you are too slow, again, there is no harmony. There is particular pace to be in, it's about like 15 breaths per minute, if you feel good, maybe more if you are stressed, and less if you are in deep meditation or sleep. And the same with the heartbeat, with the pulse, it's again like 60 times per minute. You can imagine it's very much aligned. 60 seconds, 60 beats per minute, it's being in alignment.
So when you are in alignment, you are able really to express your true self and your talents, and live a better life. I mean, that is in harmony
Exactly
with what you are, and with the natural planet where we live.
Yeah, but we have this feeling of speeding up because we have so many technologies. It's easy. It's so easy. Basically, now we are doing a huge amount of decisions during the day. It was basically 1 week, what other like 100 years ago people had in years. It's the same intensity.
Yeah.
It's like it's basically giving us illusion that it's happening so fast. When you are focused, when you are like, how to say, in your core, feeling authentic and confident and everything, basically you don't need to rush. Then you influence what's happening around you. This is the nowadays leadership problem. How to get this impact. When you are rushing, there is no impact. When you are in stress, there is no impact. You can give very good impact only when you are connected, when you are grounded, when you are focused, when you are really paying attention, and no multitasking. Multitasking is like total fake idea. It's not working, and thanks God it's already scientists saying that it was not a good idea to do it.
Absolutely. We are busy filling up the day with many things, and we are actually scattering our energy, and we aren't doing anything well,
Yeah, exactly.
and it should be done. I
and
agree
also
with that.
and also we are not enjoying what we are doing.
No, you're right. Because
if you are not enjoying, there is no joy, there is no energy, there is no outcome, just being busy, doing a lot of stuff, it's kind of, and people are very much into making actions, to making activities, whatever.
Doing all the time.
And activities are not bringing anything, it's just making you busy. It's better to do actions.
Yes. Yeah.
Actions
right.
instead of activities.
Yeah, that's interesting. So actions instead of activities.
Yeah.
So that's it. To wrap up, what could be 3 pieces of advice that you can suggest our audience in order to, understand what their true talents are, so that they can spend more time on those and use those to make, better decisions, be more creative, and, go with the flow of their talents?
Yeah, I would suggest, first of all, go out in nature, really, to align with this energy, of nature, align with the planet Earth, and then make intention that you would like to use your talents, you would like to know your talents, and you would like to use for benefits of others, because sometimes when you think about using it for ourselves, it doesn't make sense, but when you would like to use it for others, for bigger scope, for bigger benefit of more people than just myself, then it works out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just love yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you suggested also to ask, the people around you to help you understand, what
just
other
send
things.
message. Just send message that you are kind of making your journey, of self-discovery. Please help me with this. What do you think? What are my talents? What I'm good at it? And you will be surprised. People will be very happy to reply you, and they will give you very honest feedback. And this is like a gift, Every feedback is as a gift.
Absolutely. So, Asa, before I thank you for being here with me today, can you tell our listeners where they can find out more about you? We will publish all the links in the show notes of the podcast, but if you can please share them with us now.
Yeah, I'm very much involved in amazing projects like Achieve Beyond is one of our project with Paula. So we are in Facebook, Achieve Beyond and Achieve Beyond VIP. It's amazing international project. Then of course you can come here in Latvia to see me. I would love to meet people.
And your website?
Website is talentart.lv. This is about me.
And any social media in particular?
Not really, actually. Kind of. I'm not. Sorry to say, guys. let's just keep. You can WhatsApp me. You can reach me on LinkedIn and invite me to connect on Clubhouse as well. So I'm more like with people, not making websites. Sorry.
Okay. So all right. So we will publish your LinkedIn profile and also the link to your Clubhouse profile so that people can find you there. So that's it. Thank you so much for being with me today. And hopefully I will have you another time here for another topic.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting. It was really amazing to share, to talk about this. And I hope that it's helpful for people.
Yeah.
And thank you for the amazing job you are doing for people as well, Paula. This is something really awesome.
Thank you for what you are doing. Yeah. And and I was very lucky to meet you and the other amazing ladies that are part of our Achieve Beyond project, and we will publish the links to it again, to it too. So it's I'm very, very happy that you have been with me here today too. Okay. Thank you, Dace.